Hey, this will be a video chart on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Unless you were living in a cave today or something, I'm sure you know that it was a rough day. Finished down 512 points on the day, down 4.3%. S&P was actually down 4.45%. But who really cares? They were splitting hairs. In a nutshell, it was a bad day, and it's been a bad past 10 days now with that one green day that we had yesterday. And things are really bad when you see a scrunched up chart like this, because when we have to go back this far to find support levels, that's never really a good sign. So that's kind of the point of what I want to do with this video, just kind of go over where these support levels are and where potential spots are where the price could bounce. I think personally that we're going to have to see some sort of bounce, just based on technicals alone. Will it be a bounce that's based off of any sort of genuine strength? I don't know about that, but you see this, and we've seen it before. You would think there'd be at least some sort of bounce, but charts can stay overextended, a lot longer than you normally like to see. So yes, technically it shows that this chart is way overextended to the downside, but I never saw this day coming here, 500 points, especially after the hammer candle that we had formed yesterday. It looked like there would be at least some sort of follow-through bounce, but definitely not the case, as this candle, or the hammer candle right here, just got wiped off the map completely. So there's definitely not any confirmation there of this being a bottom. Now the other thing that's hurt is just simply the price closing below the 200-day simple moving average. This has been the first time in well over a year that the price has closed below it, and now we're starting to see the repercussions of that. Obviously the chart just didn't like the fact that the price has now closed below that very important level, or moving average support level. So going back to this scrunched up chart here, which, like I said, is never really a good thing. Today was just brutal, and what I mean by that is we had kind of a support zone here where we had this low right here, and then we had this previous high, which was a support from way over here. And you can see that the price crashed through both of them in the same day. Granted, it's still hovering right around this area, but this support level right here just got wiped off the map. So this is the other reason why I think there could be potentially a bounce here in the next few days. How much strength will it have behind it? I don't know about that one. But being how close we are to this previous high over here, right around the 11,450 mark, and yes, I know we closed quite a bit below, but remember, these areas are just kind of estimates or zones. But being we're still kind of within this zone, meaning yes, we closed below it, but clearly here we're beyond this support zone. This blue line was that other support, so that's very evident that we're well past that zone. But within this one, I would still consider this being within the zone. So I could potentially see a bounce coming now that we're right around this area of support. But if there's not, and the chart just wants to keep on bleeding, then the next price target area, according to the chart, is going to be somewhere right down around the 10,000. We'll call it 10,900 mark, which is where we had a couple highs over here as resistance, and then you can see it turn into support here and then here. So if the bleeding just keeps on gushing, then as hard as it would believe to kind of say, it could be a quick journey down here below 11,000. Although I personally think and hope that we'll start to see some stabilization around here, even if it's just short term. But this chart is so overextended already that it'd be hard to believe that it'd just come all the way down here. But if panic sets in even more, then this could become a reality pretty quick. So that is where the chart currently stands. At this point, resistances really don't matter, because it's more of a question of where's this thing going to stop. So that's kind of where everybody is at this point. Hopefully, because we're around this area of support here, we'll see some sort of upwards move. But if not, dropping below 11,000 in a relatively quick fashion is not out of the realm of reality, because as you can see here, this is the next level of support down here. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things, from big boards on to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It is all free. We've been making some good money together on our alerts. So I'd encourage you to go to the website, sign up, and see what it's all about. One more time, this was the Dow Jones. Thanks for listening.